in Africa, they say, until the lion learn to read and write and tell his own story, the story of the hunter will always prevail.
Mm.
Now that is actually the thing.
South Africa means something to all three of you, ultimately. But do you feel that you guys mean anything to South Africa? And I'm saying that in reference with the new policies in place. You got the BEE, the Black Economic Empowerment Program. Only just a while ago, you had the big riots that took place in places in Durban. So on your side, do you mean anything to South Africa? Does the San and Khoi community represent anything further than just a historical element to where South Africa once was?
As I'm sitting here, I am concerned that many of our people are dying on the Cape Flats, and my leaders are afraid to say that there is blood running in South Africa on a daily basis. In every township where we stay, we are not mentioning that, and we are not protected. Me as an elder are not protected on the streets. I don't feel safe in my own country. I feel safe in other countries, but not in my own country.
So Billy, if I get this right, then in my head, you're saying at the time where the liberation struggle was taking place, the San Khoi community was told that they'll be playing a very vital role within the new South Africa. The new South Africa ultimately emerges, but the San Khoi community are left on the base side. And now you've got economic policies that seem, if anything, that they actually push you out even further. They marginalize you. Now, you are the original custodians of the lands in South Africa. Is that correct, Neville?
That is precisely correct.
So then how does the whole entire community feel? Because you've got the whole of the globe shouting out about the likes of Julius Malema, talking about this Black economic empowerment. You got people saying South Africa is now the center of this type of activity. Yet its own people, the people who originate from the lands, are the ones that are being marginalized. How does that make any sense in this whole world of identity politics?
Can I just give you perspective?
Absolutely.
Julius Malema said, all the black peoples, we call them here they are Makwerikweris. Nelson Mandela and him were the first Makwerikweris. In other words, they first migrated here. And then we now struggle with the second Makwerikweris, and he acknowledged that they find the Khoi and the San, as they erroneously refer to us. He is on record that they found us here. We are not even on the fringes of the economy. We are absolutely outside.
No, I hear the desperation, the frustration, the anger in your voice there, Billy. It's very clear to hear.
Okay.
Neville, over to yourself. What were you going to say there?
I think the question that you're asking is a fundamental question. And that question is, what is the impact of Black economic empowerment onto the South African citizenry? Now, firstly, I need to just put in place, and I think you've got an idea of the baseline, but we are now classified as part of minorities, even though we are not classified white. Okay, we're not white. So we are classified as part of the minority groups in this country. So what they've done with that connotation is they have put coloration into the ethnic persuasion and not African. That's why they have a two-prong approach, where they say African in general and Black in particular. So when they implemented this policy called BEE or triple BEE, they utilized reverse psychology. And for the first time in the historical trajectory, do you find that a policy that was specifically set to redress the underdevelopment of minorities is now facilitated in addressing the development of the majority. And they actually stick to that principle. The way that they implement it, they're doing it just as good as the apartheid regime, just as good as the colonial regime. And when they implement this...
Now, I know you like this, and if you want to find out more about this podcast, it couldn't be easier. Simply click on the link above in the bio or go to globalindianseries.com, where you can listen to this podcast and the entire repertoire of conversations so far. Join the movement today.
Global Indian Network. Print, TV, events, podcasts. Find out more at globalindianseries.com.
And in